more, gang. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I wanted to show you guys how I do a seamless lace closure wig install. I will be showing you guys step by step on how I prep my lace closure, customize it and everything, and go ahead and do my wig install as well. So if you guys are interested to see exactly how I do this, then definitely keep watching this video. So the hair that I will be using in this tutorial is from Ossilee hair. They sent me 3 bundles as well as a lace closure. The three bundles and the closure is in a straight texture. All the bundles as well as the closure is in a 16-inch. So the first step that I always do to have a seamless lace closure and make it look as natural as possible is I make sure that when I sew down my lace closure that it is sewn down very, very flat and I don't have any lumps or bumps when it comes to my closure. And the way that I do this is I always use my T-pins and I make sure that I hold the lace closure down so it won't bulk. Now, you guys, I do have a detailed tutorial on exactly how I sew down my lace closure. I will try to leave the link up above or down below in the description section. So after I sew down my closure, the next thing that I go in is I start tweezing the hairline on the closure. And in order to do this and make sure that I do not cause any rips in the closure is I make sure that my closure is wet first before I go in with a pair of tweezers. So also with my pair of tweezers, I make sure that I do not use a pair of tweezers that is dull. So these are the tweezers that I will be using to tweeze the hairline. I make sure that I part out the baby hairs and then I go in and tweeze one side of the closure and then tweeze the other side. And I make sure that I go back maybe 2 to 3 rows and just pluck out any bulkiness when it comes to the closure.
I'm charging up the power card, cause we gon' be here hours long. Endless hours home, endless hours. And every time we die respawn, all we do is swipe. This game gon' take a minute, y'all. You will stand in line, waiting on us till we finish. We ain't got nowhere to be. Walking over to the counter saying, read a measure we. When we redeem our tickets, we be feeling we got cheated, cause all the credits we achieve were only by sweets. Meet me at the arcade, girl, you know that's our fate. I got it, baby, I'll pay just to spend some time.
The good thing about this closure is the closure was not too dense. This is a very nice, natural looking closure, so I did not have any issues when it came to plucking or tweezing the hairline on the closure. Now, after I pluck the closure, the next thing I'm going to do is go in and define my part. I decided to go with a middle part, and I will be using some mousse to flatten and smooth out the closure so the closure can lay down really natural and flat looking. And after I applied the mousse, I went in with my comb just to make sure that the mousse is distributed everywhere in the closure, and then I used my scarf and let the closure sit for about 10 minutes underneath the scarf. So this is pretty much how the closure is looking after I let it sit with the mousse and let it dry. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and hide the knots on the closure. Now, you guys know that I really do not bleach knots on my closure because it weakens the lace. So I will be going in with a foundation as well as some face powder that matches closely to my skin tone to hide the knots on my closure. And I would just be going in with a makeup brush and just packing in the foundation and the face powder to make sure that on the other side of the lace you do not see the knots. Okay, you guys, so after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and install the wig onto my head. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess lace off of the closure. Now, when I cut the excess lace, I always tell you guys that I always cut in a jagged motion. And with the closures, I try to cut the little U strip as close as possible. I want to make sure that that part is not showing whatsoever, so I do cut the strip off, which are on the ends of the closure, and then I make sure I do go in and cut just a little bit of hair as well, just to make sure that the closure lays down flat as possible and it looks as natural as possible.
When you down, left, right, B, start, select. Meet me at the arcade, girl, you know that's our fate. I got it made up, babe, just to spend some time with you. Okay.
So after I cut the excess lace off, the next thing I'm going to do is go in with some beauty.We gel. And you guys you can skip this step if you do not want to apply any gel or glue or tape or anything like that. You guys can just really pretty much wear the wig as is. I was able to wear the wig as is, but sometimes it seems like my wig is sliding back, so I just try to get just use just a little bit of the beauty.We gel so the closure and the wig will stay in place. And after I do that, I just go in with a little bit more of my face powder to hide the demarcation line of the closure. And then I didn't pull out too much baby hairs. I just wanted just a little bit of baby hairs, and I used some Gorilla Snot gel to lay a little bit of the baby hairs down, and that is about it, you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this install. I really do love wearing lace closures. I did not have any issues with Ossilee hair so far. There was no smell or odor. I didn't really experience any tangling or shedding. The hair applies to heat very well. So if you guys are interested in Ossilee's hair, I will leave all the information down below in the description section. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and then make sure your notification is turned all the way on so you can get notified each and every time I upload. And as always, you guys, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and make sure you share it with someone else. And as always, you guys, I will see you in the next video.
Okay. Meet me at the arcade, girl, you know that's our fate. I got it, babe.